in this video, you're gonna learn how to create signages like this. And with this design, I created the backlit like this. So you can apply this method to other designs, but with this example, I will teach how to create a signage model text here, and then copy, so you can apply another self-illuminating material so it can look like it is backlit. So to create something like this, let's go to first to the floor plan view. So the signages that I created is right here. Okay, and one thing that you need to remember is that to create any modeling family, like for example model text, just like signages, you need to think about on which plane, reference plane you will start. So for signages, because it's not on the floor, it is it is stuck on the wall, this wall. So when you try to create a text like this one, it'll ask which reference plane, we call this something like this reference plane, which reference plane you will use to build this this text. So creating this reference planes will be the first thing you will need to do. So let's do that. And let me delete the ones that I created earlier. Okay, and so over here you see under architecture you will see reference plane, so click that one. And because I'm just assuming that I place the signage on this wall, but for yourself you can place any wall that you think the best. So I will use this wall as the reference plane, so click once and click twice to create that. And it is always the best practice to name it, because very fast you will lose the track and you can get very confused with like multiple reference planes. So I will name that one as signage wall. Okay, so that's good. So I created one, and to create, I will go to this elevation. Okay, so when you click model text, it'll ask you which plane you will place your text. So it says pick a plane, which plane are you going to use. So under pick a plane, click this one, and you can see the reference plane you just created. So click that one, say okay. Now you're ready to place the signage. So signage, I'll just say signage, and it is created. So just place it there, and after you place, click that one, and it'll show you all the properties for that one. The depth is 6 inches, the size is like for each one 24 inches, 2 feet, Arial, and you can change the type. I use Berlin Sans, but you can change that. If Arial is good, then you can use that, or Bank Gothic, you can use that one as well. For now, you can change the text size over here. Say okay. Okay, so that one is created. Now you can assign a material to this one, to the signage. So let's go to the 3D view. So it's just like the very generic material over here. So you can change the material by going over here under material. It is by category, so it's really generic. And now I want to change that to let me see, maybe steel, chrome steel, maybe that may be too shiny. I'll just do wood stain. So looks like wood. It doesn't look like wood. Let me go back to the material. Maybe I can explain that here. This one, appearance is what it'll show when you render. Graphics, that color, that yellowish color, that is what it shows in the Revit file over here. So this graphic style and then appearance are two different things. This is what it will show when you render, and this is how it'll show on the screen. And if you make that like use render appearance, then it'll look like what it is, but depending on the material, it'll use up the computer's capacity to create the graphics. So to be more effective, by default it doesn't have that. But if you really want to see the materials over here, you can check and it'll show how it looks like when it is rendered. For now, I will just leave like that. Okay, so the signage is created just like that, but the one that I showed you before, that one has like lighting like right behind. So let me show you how to create something like that. So let's go to floor plan view again, because it is based on the reference plane that I created over here. Let me move that a little bit. So move like maybe like it here. So by toggling this one, I can change like where it is counting from. So it starts from this surface, and I will change that to 3 inches. Okay, so now the signage is like not sticking on the wall, but right over here, like from the wall, like it is 3 inches off. I did that because I wanted to place like self-illuminating object over here. It is just like this signage. So what I will do is like making a copy of it. Okay, so here I will create another reference plane, because that self-illuminating object will be placed right on the wall. So I will name that as signage 2 reference plane. And let's go to, let me make sure, okay. Let's go to that elevation view. Okay, so it is it is right there. Now it is like from the wall, it is 3 inches off. So copy, Control C to copy, and Control V to paste. And you can see it is like flipped, and it is not trying to get stuck on the wall. And it is because it is based on face instead of work plane. So change that to work plane. And again, it is asking which work plane you want to place it. And now as we prepared earlier, it is signage 2 wall. So click that one, and now you can place it right behind that signage that you created. So place that just like that, and let's go to the 3D view to see. Okay, this one, the copied one, is still 6 inches, but we made the gap over here 3 inches. So change that to 3. Okay, apply, and now you can see it is right on top of each other. Let's go back to that elevation view so we can place it better. Maybe a little bit off. Okay, now it looks good. So let's go back to the 3D view to see. Okay, so this is what I wanted, but as you can see, because we copied and pasted it, this one's material is still that wood material, so we need to change that. So over here, instead of wood stain, we will use self-illuminating material. So let's create one. So over here, create new material, create new material, and the first thing you will get is like default new material. So change that to self-illuminating, self-illuminating, and I'm gonna show you how to change the material here so it looks like self-illuminating. Let's go to appearance because that's how it'll show in the rendering. Over here you will see self-illumination, so check that one, and you have, instead of this, change that to sphere. Okay, so over here luminous is dim glow, and this is not what we want. We want something really shiny at 3000. Okay, and let's see how it is now. Landscape, start rendering. So I wanted to say that, like, but steel, glass, lighting, something shiny, that makes it take longer to render. So I think that is about right. You can see it is like backlit. Without daylighting, I think you can see the lighting better. So this is how you can create the signage out of model text feature and change materials on the signage. That's it.